Hi there, and welcome to another video blog on chrisryan.ca. For this blog, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the status of the market. Over the past so many months, including the summer months, a lot of my clients and members of the general public like yourself have been asking me about what my thought process is on the status of the real estate market here in HRM. It's certainly down as compared to last year, but a lot of people are wondering why, how we got here, and when it's going to pick up again. If you go to the section on this website that talks about the sales process of real estate, or the selling process, is broken up into three fundamental factors. One is the statistics, that's your list price and so on. One is exposure, that's where you advertise, making sure people know that your property is for sale. And the third, again, I've referenced this in the tab for selling, is psychology. The psychological state of HRM, I believe, right now is one where it's not completely optimistic. And a lot of it has to do with the shipyarding contract, or the shipyard contract being announced. When that was announced last year, that was some of the best economic news that I know of for Nova Scotia. Everybody was extremely excited. It was a psychological high, and I think we rode that wave. And the opportunities that came directly after that were immense. Huge amounts of real estate, including some very large properties, multi-unit properties on the peninsula, traded hands very quickly for a lot of money. It was really a seller's market at that time, and that's because they were riding a psychological high. Here in HRM, or in Nova Scotia in general, our population tends not to go up and down too much. And what happens is that the supply and demand matrix with regards to selling properties or products in general rides on the back of population and then psychology. Our population doesn't tend to go up. Other areas of Canada where the things are booming is because their population is going up. Ontario to a point, and Calgary and Alberta to a larger point now. But a lot of the growth that they're experiencing is coming from Atlantic Canada. The population that we are sacrificing is moving there. So that's one of the reasons. The other thing is that because our population is not stagnant, it moves a little bit, but not as much as the boom-bust of the other provinces that I just referenced. What's happening is that every year we have a certain amount of listings, give or take, because our population doesn't really change. Every year we have a certain amount of buyers that move up and down the market, enter the market, whatnot, and that's kind of steady. Those numbers of listings and buyers and transactions are somewhat steady. Because we had a boom, a psychological boom, and then a statistical boom with the sales after the shipbuilding, I think what happened is that we went through about a year and a half or so of buyers, of sales activity. And because we don't have increased population to backfill behind that activity, that's why we're in the situation that we're in, the situation that we're in. So we are psychologically a little waiting for the next big good news story. With the shipbuilding contract, I mean, you've got large companies involved, Irving, of course the federal government, and so on. And when those types of announcements are made, they don't happen overnight. So it was announced last year. I really think that what's going to happen is that when the real estate market is going to have more traction, when we hear some good news, and that good news is probably going to be that the shipbuilding contract is going to start to actually take place. People will start to move here. You're going to see some activity in construction downtown. From a development perspective, the amount of rental properties is staggering. That's going up here in HRM. So the home sales are low, a bit stagnant, but the rental properties are going through the roof. 3 more very large rental property projects for the North End were just approved here within city planning. So once again, everybody knows it's going to happen, but we're getting a little restless on when it's going to happen. So I think things will start to turn back to normal when probably the rest of this year is going to be a little touch and go. Next year we're going to see some more positivity, some more optimism, because things are going to start to have traction within the shipbuilding contract. And then in late 2014, early 2015, things should be ramping up visibly and economically here for HRM because of that large contract and other financial contracts that are happening here in HRM. And I think that's when you're going to see the optimism come back. I think that's when you're going to see the market start to balance itself. And of course, if we have people moving here, then we will really have an actual boom within HRM. Again, just my opinion, but I've said it to so many people so many times, I thought I would put it online. Thank you very much, and enjoy your day.